getting those pumps working again. We're going to go from the northwest of England to the southwest now, to the very pretty seaside village of Boscombe, where it does look as if the weather is slightly brighter than the northwest of England as well. Mark Cribb joins us. Mark runs the Urban Guild, which operates a boutique hotel and restaurants in the area. Mark also hosts a weekly podcast for the hospitality trade. And I guess, Mark, thanks for joining us. Difficult to have an upbeat podcast at the moment, but you've just heard the sort of sentiments from the northwest of England, and I guess you'd share them. Just how badly hit have you been?
Yeah, catastrophic, really. I think anybody in a seasonal town, tourism town, it's tough for everybody, but we have a very small window of time where we need to make our money, and the money we make in the summer is generally what pays all of our teams and keeps the business afloat for the summer. So it was catastrophic timing. We just clung through a very difficult winter. We'd had multiple elections, we'd had Brexit, we'd had big storms hitting the coast. We were just getting ready for summer. So, yeah, tough timing and a catastrophic impact on the business. But we're here and we're excited to get open tomorrow. Yeah,
you're in a very popular part of the world for visitors.
We are.
We heard there that there is hope that into September, October, even November, up in the northwest of England, they can see business picking up. Are you getting the same sort of traction now? I mean, is there enough there, perhaps, to save this year?
I think it's going to be, maybe a less bad year. Whatever happens, we're not going to have a good year. The window is too tight. Whatever happens in the winter, there's less daylight hours, less people travel. But that is the hope. That is what we're clinging on for. I think the key thing is we need the British people's support. We really do. Hospitality is the reason for existence. Time with friends and with families and birthdays and anniversaries. It's what we all live for. And if the British people can, A, take a staycation and then B, support the bars and restaurants, we'll keep you safe. We've done that for many years anyway. In bars and restaurants, we'd always had shellfish or the potential for undercooked food. Chefs and waiters always washing their hands. We know how to look after people. And now, we really need to people to get out there and support us.
Right. Well, we see over time whether that will happen or not. And obviously, if there are other lockdowns and restrictions, of course, you can still be buffeted by those. I just wonder how valuable and how effective the government's help has been. I mean, furloughing for you, what has that meant?
Furloughing is phenomenal. I don't think you'll find anybody in any industry probably, but certainly in hospitality, it really saved our teams. It hasn't saved the businesses, but it's really saved our teams. And we employ a lot of people. It's the third largest sector in the country. We employ over 3.5 million people. And that was the sort of most terrifying bit, was worrying about how our teams would look after themselves. So that's been brilliant. What we now need to focus on is how are we going to support the businesses? And I think there's more the government can do, maybe following some of the examples in Europe, such as Germany, that's cut VAT from 19% to 5% for the next 12 months. VAT is fundamentally a tax on revenue. And every hospitality business is going to need to keep its revenue in the business at the moment. A tax on profit, no problem. There isn't really going to be any profit. But if we can use our revenue to keep people employed, brilliant. And some of the other things that the government have done, debt isn't really the answer. This is a tiny margin kind of industry. Just getting in more debt to get through the next 6 months isn't the answer. So we are going to need more support from the government.
OK, well, we'll see if it comes. Mark, best of luck to you. Mark Cribb joining us there from Boscombe. And we're going to turn into an international perspective as well now, because David McDowell is joining us, Chief Operating Officer of the craft brewing giant Brewdog, which has 101 bars around the world, as well as exporting its beer to some 60 countries. And David joins us now from Glasgow. Thanks very much for your time. I mean, Brewdog's a very interesting case. I wonder how the bars are going, but you diversified effectively into pubs and bars, didn't you, presumably for a better hold within the industry. Is that now something you might regret? Or something we might not get an answer to? I'm afraid we've frozen on David there. I think we're going to have to see if we can get back to that, because that's not budging 1 inch at the moment. Sorry about that.